What's everyone? It's Johnny here with Tell a Friend, and for this Message Monday, I got a message called "Does Winning Matter?" So several years ago, it's more than several years ago, when my son John Isaac was about 8 years old, I signed him up for soccer. And at the first parent meeting, the director had said, "We have a lot of kids this year, and we need parent volunteers to coach, right?" So obviously, I did not raise my hand because I do not know anything about coaching soccer. I played Little League baseball, I played football and basketball in high school. Nothing about soccer. I'm not built for soccer. So anyways, so the director said it again, and we had another meeting, the director said, "Hey, we need coaches." And I walked with the director and said, "Listen, if I'm a last resort, I'll sign up, but I only have to be a last resort." Well, like 2 days later, he says, "Hey, you're a last resort. I got a team for you." Like, oh man. I'm like, our first day, I remember the first day of practice, I had all these balls they gave me. I had no idea what to do. I just threw the balls out there and had the kids kick the balls around. And man, I just felt so bad that I wasn't very good. So I read What Can You Do, How to Encourage the Kids. And I remember just trying to figure the game out. I remember after our first game, we lost. We didn't even score one goal. Not even one goal, right? And after every game, I was so discouraged, but I never ever let the kids see my displeasure. Never. I was always just having a positive attitude after every game. Matter of fact, that a whole year we did not win one game. So, but what I learned through soccer was that winning didn't matter. I was there to teach the kids that it doesn't matter about winning, but lifting them up and make sure that they knew that they were the most important person. They were there on that field at the time, right? That was my whole job. Not being a good coach, because I can admit I was sorry at coaching soccer. And I was thinking about how can I relate that message or that thought to the Bible, right? And I remember I was reading somewhere in the book of Ephesians, I think it's in the 3rd chapter, where Paul says there was a mystery hidden in God. And as I was kind of intrigued about that, right? And what is the mystery? He said the mystery was God had given him grace. And what is grace? Grace, basically, in the fancy Bible term, it's unmerited favor, or basically something undeserved or unearned, right? So Paul lived a life like this. And I've always tried to live my life like that, trying to live in grace and give. And why? Because what grace does, when you live in grace, people around you can live in freedom and without fear. That's important. That's very important. When you live in grace, given your time, unlimited, without conditions, others can live in freedom and without fear, right? So what I wanted to do was I wanted to be that coach that when the kids came to the field, they had the freedom to run around and do what they wanted to without worrying about winning or losing, and live without fear. Because why? Because kids nowadays, they're shy, they lack enthusiasm, they're scared, right? So my job was to make sure that every kid lived a life with freedom and without fear. So I challenge you today, right? Every time I message through a challenge, right? Some kind of challenge. But I challenge you, whoever's watches, and I don't care how old you are, right? I don't care if you're 5 or 55 or 65, 70, it doesn't matter. To live a life of grace. Why? Because people around you can benefit from that, and they can live without freedom and without fear. I want to be that person that people look at who are able to say, I can count on John, I can count on Johnny, whatever he's doing, that they can live without freedom, will live with freedom and without fear. Hey, I love you guys, and don't forget to tell a friend. Bye now.